Thanks, guys. Joined now by Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. Coach, congratulations on last night. Now you've had a little time to digest it. What really stood out to you about your team's performance?
Yeah, I think it's the team win aspect of it. I really think offensively, defensively, special teams, everybody picked each other up. When it was a field position game late in the game, punt team was great. Defensively, when we had to, we stopped them. Offensively, controlled the ball. So I just think it was a 60-minute team effort.
And it was a resilient effort. What happened on Sunday could have derailed some teams. And I think back to your tenure. Week 1 in Baltimore didn't go great. You come back on a Thursday night and you win. Last year, tough game against the Cardinals. Come back on Thursday night under adverse circumstances, you win. This one, maybe we got to work on the week before Thursday night football, but Thursday night, it seems to be working. What did your coaching, your players, everybody, the resilience they showed to come out there and execute against a division opponent?
Yeah, really proud of those guys. And we talked about it, and we had to address it. You can't just move right on to the next one. You have to address the things that you want to fix. But those weeks are just too short not to move on. So after we addressed it as a team, we moved on, and I was just proud of the coaches, proud of the players, and how resilient they were just to respond.
All right, let's go into the second half. There's a stretch where the defense gets 3 straight 3-and-outs. The offense has a long drive, settles for a field goal, and then you go 11 plays, 80 yards, 10 runs. And I felt like right there that was a statement drive. What was it for you, and what was it for this team?
Yeah, that was a drive where we're running the ball really efficiently, effectively. And what that does is obviously the physical aspect of the game takes over there in the second half. But more than that, you're chewing up the clock. And you throw the ball on the one time you do throw it, you get a real big explosive play. So it's a one formula to us is getting there in those games where we can run it, have play action shots off of that run game.
Let's talk about that play call. I loved it. Obviously, everybody in the world thinks you're going to run it there. It's 3rd and 1. We've been converting on those 3rd and shorts all game long. You have them pull it down, then Amari puts on just a spectacular route, and you get that chunk play.
Yeah, we really liked that play going into this game. Felt that it had a chance. They were selling out in the run game, and we had been effective in some of those short yardages earlier, so felt good about the play. But when you get in the moments like that, you're really just thinking about the players, and you're thinking about Jacoby, you're thinking about Amari, and having confidence in those guys.
When you have a quarterback who's playing like Jacoby, where he's seeing it, the ball's never in harm's way. It's going to the open guy. You're able to scheme guys open. That's where the ball goes. How helpful is that as a play caller? And really, what have you seen when you've gone into the minutia of it? What's making him so effective?
Yeah, I think he's a great decision maker. He processes very quickly. He sees it really well. I think that's so important. In the pocket, he can kind of diagnose where the pressures are coming from, what the coverage looks like, and that's from hard work in the meeting room. He works as hard as any guy I've been around in terms of understanding how the defense is going to try to attack you. So when you get to Sunday, he's had all those mental reps and really just sees it clearly.
Have we undersold his arm strength? Because he dotted Amari on that 3rd down, almost too much velocity. The time was just a hair off, but it feels like he can throw it into tight windows. And, they talk about the wins at first, and they say that ball was cutting right through whatever win there was.
Yeah, he had some really impressive throws. There was one in particular that he had to Amari on their sideline and an option route. He had a guy bearing down on him, a free player, and put a very accurate ball on Amari. And then Amari, because it was so accurate, was able to turn up along the sideline. So, yeah, I think his arm strength, like we know, is a plus. We know his accuracy has shown up really nicely.
When you have a team like the Steelers, who are predominantly a man 1 or a cover 3 team, you were able to get them in these situations where you'd motion a back out into empty. They would tell you what they were playing right there. How helpful is that in terms of your design, and then in transferring that to what Jacoby's able to do?
Yeah, you're always trying to give the quarterback answers to the test before the test. So there are certain things we knew versus that defense we could do to try to get some coverage tells. And I think it's really helpful for quarterbacks when before they get the ball in their hands, they know what they're facing, because that now allows them to get their answers to the test.
Nick Chubb, not even a question, just a statement. Unreal.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't just expect that every game. I don't want to take him for granted, but I just think the player, the person, just the physicality that he brings to the game. We've talked about this before, but the line loves blocking for him because it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you strain, as long as you pick one guy and eliminate him, he's going to make somebody miss.
I have to ask, the run up the right side where he then kind of cuts in on Minka, I had a deja vu going back to the touchdown in Week 17 in 2020. Was it the same exact play?
Yes. Maybe not formationally, but basically the same play, yes.
Almost the same result. I mean, certainly a chunk play. Didn't get in the end zone, but the cut he puts on Mika, it was kind of surreal to watch.
Yeah, he's, as we've seen, Nick, over the course of time, he gets stronger as the game goes on. He can run behind his pads, break tackles like we talked about, so he's playing at a high level.
Coach, thanks so much for the time. We're on to Atlanta. Enjoy the weekend and then getting ready to put in the work to get ready for those Falcons.
Great. Thanks, Nathan.